What's up, Pepper?
Hello. Hi. I play this too.
Awesome. Here, I'll give you a quick POV of this ride. I'll choose the third car. I mean, the third train.
What type of theme are you aiming for?
Aiming for a very long roller coaster that's packed with a bunch of inversions. So, check this out. It was originally a lot slower, but I've added in a bunch of brakes just to slow it down, make it more survivable. Changed the color scheme a few times too. Oh no. Yeah, I threw off the timing when I redid some of these things. It wasn't supposed to get stuck behind this other one.
Kind of reminds me of Millennium Force.
Yeah, the color scheme kind of does. Let's hope that fixes that issue. Buttery smooth too. Alright, let's see if it's fixed. I hope so, but it doesn't look like it will be. We're about to find out. There's a 2-second hurry. Perfect. Literally perfect.
Do you just build rides or do you have an actual park?
I have a park, but I haven't made any progress on it in probably about a month. Lately, I've just been building rides. Letting the creativity flow. Nice. This inversion right here is extremely huge. See, the coaster's gaining quite a bit of speed. Slow it down right there. Not before we go in for this next launch section. Yeah, I need to fix this as well. That thing really gets it down that strip. Nice. This used to be an airtime hill, but I changed it to an inversion. Same thing right here. Nice. Triple inversion right here, watch this. Man, oh man. So disoriented. This coaster, I mean, you can take a look at it for yourself. You've been on it for quite a while. This is a really long coaster. Just look at how long you've been watching this POV for, and it's finally coming to an end. With a bunch of little honey hills. There. Yeah, so this thing is extremely long. I've uploaded a different version of this one with 16 inversions, but I haven't uploaded this one yet, which I think has 20 inversions. '21. Wait, what are the G's for this thing? Max and min. Yeah, that would knock your lights out, definitely. It's okay. Here, I'm going to save this, and then I'm going to show you some other rides, since you seem kind of new to my channel. So, here, I'll open up the park that we were talking about at the beginning. Here's my park. But I do want to see something. I want to see what the poster that I was just working on, what that would look like on this map. This is a different version of that same coaster. Yeah, this thing is absolutely massive. Just look at all the metal. What about Crimson Fury? Yeah, this thing is absolutely gigantic. That's what she said. Anyway, we can take a good look at some of these rides. A lot of firsts on this park here. When I was first getting used to the game, learning how to build some rides.
I'm rebuilding my park right now since I'm going for a more pirate them.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Nice. How did you do it at first? What theme did you do at first?
At first I had more of just a generic water park and I got a million, so I decided to rebuild.
Ah, okay, I see.
Building the actual buildings for the themed stands and stuff makes me want to die.
Yeah. Some of this stuff can be a little taxing. Trying to get used to it. The small little details. Like I've still got all this stuff to rebuild. I'm gonna destroy these buildings and make my own.
The park seems cool.
Thanks. Got to work on making another one. I mean, I guess I have another like collection of coasters on the same map, but they're not really a park. It's just like a bunch of coasters on the same map with no paths or anything. Maybe I'll do a project on a YouTube video where I turn it into a park somehow. Let's see. I don't know. I haven't been on this map in a while, so I have to see what it looks like. Yeah, like two of these coasters are actually the same. This white one and the red one. Actually, no, I'll probably not do that project on this map. This is just like a collection of random coasters, actually. Let's give this one a ride because I don't remember what this looks like actually. Oh yeah, I do. Never mind, I do remember this one. It's gonna go through a tree at the end. Need to move that tree. Nice. Inversion on the coaster of this like intensity would be crazy. Like imagine Formula Rosa doing an inversion, or King Nakar doing an inversion. Those coasters are already so much, they don't really need to go upside down. Um, I'm debating on which one of
This
these I
ride
want to
would be
show you.
crazy.
Yeah, this ride would be crazy. Do you want to see a ride that would be even crazier? It's one of these. I built like multiple versions of the same ride, but like as a wooden ride, as a launch coaster. I think GNX is the one that I'm looking for, but it might be Terrain Force. I think I'm going to go with GNX first. This coaster is, if you thought the first coaster was long, this coaster is
What rides
absolutely
have you
massive.
rode?
I've ridden quite a bit of rides because I'm on the East Coast. So I'm like packed in between a bunch of different theme parks. My favorite ride I've ridden is Intimidator 305, which should be very clear based on how intense some of my rides can be. Alright, so I'll let that one go and then I'll have the back train so we can see that one in front of us.
I've been to Cedar Point, Kings Island, and Carolines.
Nice. That's a good lineup. Oh shoot. I didn't mean to do that. Haha. Yeah, that's a good lineup. I haven't been to Kings Island or Cedar Point. Definitely on my bucket list though. How'd you like them? Here goes. This is a launch hill.
Ride Top Thrill 2 this year before it closed again.
Oh, really? That's that's a that's definitely a bucket list coaster. Look at this thing. If you couldn't tell, we went up a massive hill. This thing is like 750 feet tall altogether. But we're going to use that speed gradually. We're not going to just drop all at once. Like even this huge drop.
My favorite would probably be Cedar Point because Steel Vengeance felt so smooth and I really like Magnet.
Yeah, Steel Vengeance is definitely a smooth ride. RMC makes some really smooth coasters. It's really hard to find one that's rough other than those single rail coasters. Look at the speed this thing has. Now we're at the bottom of that hill. Remember I told you it's like 700 feet? If you look to your left, you can see just how tall it was. We're gonna go back up.
Got to say the Beast at Night on Kings Island is an amazing experience.
That sounds absolutely amazing. The best night ride I had on a coaster is, I don't know, it's between Grizzly at King's Dominion and, I know that's such a random ride, but it's because it's old Woody and it's so rough. But it just felt like a ride through the forest. It's either that or El Toro at Six Flags Great Adventure. That was a really good night ride. So this ride is like on the opposite spectrum, opposite end of the spectrum from that first ride we went on, where it was really long, but it was slow. This one's really long, but it's spaced out and it's fast. All right, so if you're still here, I might as well show you some of my conversions. I made an RMC conversion of Son of Beast. And this thing right here is one of my favorite creations, I think. Which, surprisingly, I did in just a few minutes, actually. Maybe like 30 minutes total.
I
But
like the Beast at Night because it felt like I could feel the night, and being in the pitch black woods was such a cool experience.
that does sound like a cool experience. This is RMC Son of Beast. I'm not sure if you know what Son of Beast is, but it's at that park you were just talking about. It was at a park called Kings Island, and it was destroyed for many reasons, actually. This is what I think it would look like if Rocky Mountain Construction were to do Iron Horse treatment to this ride.
Back as a steel coaster.
That would be absolutely amazing if this ride came back as a steel coaster. I just don't think it would happen. That park already has so much. A coaster of this scale would be crazy. And there's nowhere to fit it, but let's see. Man, the amount of G's you would pull from that first hill too.
I was sad when they removed Firehawk.
Really? My home park, King's Dominion, just removed Anaconda, and I couldn't be more happy. I skip that ride every time anyway, so might as well. Now that that and Shockwave are gone, this park is looking really great. There's no bad coasters at King's Dominion anymore. Grizzly's debatable, but
Do you know what Firehawk was?
Firehawk, it sounds like a Vekoma coaster, if I'm remembering correctly. Either Vekoma or an Arrow. I don't know, so many coasters have like very similar names. Vekoma, Arrow, or B&M. It's one of those. If it's a B&M, then it's probably like an inverted coaster or a stand-up coaster with a name like that. If it's an Arrow, it's probably a flying coaster. I mean, yeah, if it's a Vekoma, it's probably a flying coaster. And if it's an Arrow, then it's a looper for sure. With a name like that, Firehawk. I feel like certain names just go with certain coasters too. Like Orion. It just seems like a blue B&M. Either that or like an old GCI coaster, but like a tall one.
It was a Vekoma and you rode on your back. It felt like you were really flying basically.
Oh yeah, I definitely know that coaster because there's one at Six Flags America called Batwing, and I love that ride. Let me show you Titan, which is a very compact coaster.
Yay, they removed it for Orion.
Yeah, that's a good decision though. Firehawk seems like a good trade-off for Orion. We need to. I think Six Flags keeping Batwing wouldn't be such a bad move, but I think getting rid of it would be a better move. I think it's a great ride for people who don't have much experience with coasters,
I think that area is cool since so they made it Area 51
but
since Flight of Fear is
I don't
across from
think that
Orion.
it's the best coaster overall just to have in the lineup. That Mind Eraser, I don't know. There's just so much stuff at that park that can get rid of that they can get rid of if what's it called? Joker's Jinx. If that were a Vekoma, like updated Vekoma spaghetti bowl coaster, oh my goodness, that ride would be insane. But I don't think they're going to touch Joker's Jinx because that's probably one of their most reliable rides. Even though it's getting stuck every now and then, it's still probably more reliable than, let's say, Superman, which they're not getting rid of anytime soon, at least. If they get rid of Superman, they might as well get rid of the whole lineup and just start fresh. I'll give you a POV of this. Titan.
Have you ever rode Flight of Fear like all other parks have it?
Yes, I've ridden Flight of Fear and I've ridden Joker's Jinx, which are both the exact same ride. Joker's Jinx is, I think, 5 miles per hour faster. I think it's at 65 miles per hour versus the 59, but those coasters, I think, being outside and one being inside, I think,
Flight of Fear always has like a 2-hour wait at Kings Island.
yeah, the wait at King's Dominion is definitely long too. But at Six Flags America, it can be a walk on it on some days. Some days you might find no line at all. Totally different experience depending on the ride. I mean, depending on the parks you go to. I think that ride, seeing it outside, is like one of the greatest things you can ever see in person. Like, besides the fact that some coasters are really huge, seeing that ride wrap around itself the way that it does, it's really, really impressive. I'll probably make a remake of that. Here's my recreation of Millennium Force, but this is if I were the designer. So it has the
Don't
same
touch
layout,
that,
but it has
Six
different
Flags in England
elements.
is going to close.
Um, I don't know. I don't know much about Six Flags New England. It's really one of those parks that I just don't pay much attention to. Like Great America, for example. I don't look at it very often. All right, let's get a POV of my version of Millennium Force. Same height, same layout, just different elements.
It's my home Six Flags, so I do.
Oh, really? What's your favorite ride there? I think the only ride I know that you guys have is the Superman.
The flight of fear on King's Island, it's in a building and all alien themed. I don't know if it's like the fair.
Yeah, it's like that at King's Dominion, just not at Six Flags America. At King's Dominion, it's also alien themed. At Six Flags America, it's based off of the Joker. It has an outdoor station. It has two queues, one up in the station and one outside the station. The one inside the station has just like a bunch of wacky mirrors that make your body look weird. But that's pretty much it. There's a bunch of like paintings of the Joker. I guess you would call those paintings. Maybe like one big face. But the ride can be shut down at any given day. That's the thing. Even though this is one of Six Flags America's more reliable rides, it's just not a reliable ride overall. That whole park, I don't know what Six Flags is going to do with it. I think they're just going to sell it. I don't think they have the creativity to fix a park with that many things wrong with it. I kind of want to go back and ride this one more time.
I personally think Top Thrill 2 was a cool expansion.
Really? I think it was a cool expansion too. But I think I would still like to experience the original launch. All right. Let's take a look at this thing. This is the first version of the coaster we opened the live stream with. You can see some things are a little different. It's definitely a lot faster than the older version. Yeah, that was definitely surprising. I didn't expect that. It makes sense that a lot of Six Flags parks now are closing a lot of their rides, though, because a lot of those rides are not ones that Cedar Fair would build if they were in control. So now that they're together, I don't think they're going to keep some of those. I'm just hoping that they keep Six Flags America. They don't just sell it and throw it away. Because whoever the next owner is probably is not going to have the funding to get that park back up and running. Yeah, Cedar Fair definitely plays it safe. They get smooth, reliable rides. most of the time. I think if I can, yeah, I don't know why they converted certain things the way they did. Is Kennywood a Cedar Fair park? Because if they did, I mean, if they are, that's an example of a bad decision from Cedar Fair. Steel Curtain, I'm not sure if you know about that ride. I think that's I don't know, that's just a really weird ride to get here in the US. Like, it seems like a Chinese roller coaster or something. If it were made by Vekoma, I think it would be fitting. Ah, okay. That makes sense. By the way, do you see this ride that we're looking at here on the screen? This is the same ride as the blue and white ride from the beginning of the live stream. It's just a lot faster than the other version we looked at. Cedar Fair and Kings Island being that close to each other is, I couldn't even imagine living in that state. Like, that would be so life-changing. Imagine being, yeah, it is very Paul. Like, imagine living that close to two of the greatest theme parks. I live near a lot of theme parks, but I wouldn't consider them really, really great, in my opinion. Like, King's Dominion is a great park, but I wouldn't say it's like really, really great. It's not gonna, change my life. Intimidator 305 is a great ride. Twisted Timbers is a great ride. But after you ride those, it's like, everything else is just coasters at that point. There's nothing else really, really crazy. Yeah, Paramount selling them was a really great move. Kings Island and Kings Dominion probably wouldn't be around if they were still under Paramount. I'm not sure if you know this, but do you know there was supposed to be another Disney park? The National Mall in Washington, D.C. There's an MGM casino there now, but at first that was actually supposed to be a Disney resort. And I think it got approved. I think it was paid for and everything, but something about the plans fell through. And they ended up building a casino instead. Busch Gardens, if they can get their theming together for their newer rides, they could be like a Disney level experience. The way that those parks are, just in comparison to everything around it, it's quite impressive. Like, Busch Gardens as a park, I would say, is better than Kings Dominion, but the ride lineup is definitely not better. Busch Gardens theming is on another level for, like, the park itself. That makes sense. These are those two airtime hills that I keep mentioning. Here, let's ride this. This is called the Grinch. And this is, I don't even know how to describe it. It's, if Intamin was absolutely bananas, this would exist. Now it's wing. So this thing is I think like 430 feet tall. It looks a little bit taller than it is too because I built it up on a platform. But just know, he's coming down your chimney. I'm gonna make sure you've got some cookies with worms inside of it.
Personally, I think Kings Island needs to remove the bat.
Considering the fact that I don't recall that ride, I think they should remove it. Kings Island, I think, is just one of those parks where it just should have every ride as a notable ride. Like it's right beside Cedar Point. So
It's like a rough version of Iron Dragon.
okay.
Well built, I believe.
Oh yeah, they should definitely get rid of it then. This ride is long too, but that last ride was so long, makes you not even really notice how long this one is. Oh, Arrow? If Arrow built it, they should definitely get rid of it. Arrow should come out with some new tracks, new cars, new everything. Because their legacy is falling apart.
This was called Top Gun before Cedar Falls renamed it to the bat.
Arrows are, from my understanding, quite reliable too. I think the
replaced by a new Vekoma suspended thrill coasters.
well, you're probably asking the wrong guy because I'm all on the Vekoma train right now. If Vekoma, with those new gen launch coasters, Mac, or, well, I guess it's called Mach, or Intamin decide to drop like new multi launch coasters, any park is not safe. Like I would, I would immediately put so many coasters on the chopping block just to fit one of those in a park near me. Six Flags America. Okay, so let's go over their lineup. If I were the owner, the only thing that would stay that's currently there is probably Joker Stinks, because it doesn't really take up that much space. It's a lot of coaster for the lineup, and it's so compact, so it doesn't really make a difference. You know what I mean? And then Six Flags America would also keep Superman, Ride of Steel. But Batwing, Mind Eraser, I can't even think of what else is there. Like it's just, I feel like it's just filler coasters. What's the ride that used to be Apocalypse? Firebird or something like that.
Banshee at Kings Island.
Banshee at Kings Island is a great ride. Having something like that at Six Flags America would make a lot of sense. An invert, I don't think they have any inverts other than Skibidi Toilet. I don't even really know what that means. But yeah, Six Flags America has so much potential because it's unlike so many other parks. Six Flags America is absolutely huge. It's just so spaced out and it has a really bad layout. But if they went like an entire season closing down the park, they can keep all the attractions where they are, but they need to get rid of the pathing. And I don't know, some of the flat rides could go too, honestly. They're just old and they don't really work. If you went to Six Flags America, you would understand exactly what I mean. Like a lot of their flat rides operate, but they have no riders on them. So if they got rid of their paths and their flat rides, they redid the layout and put down some new flat rides, that park would be in a lot better position than it is right now. Especially the layout, especially because the general public that are from the area can definitely figure it out. But to somebody who's not from the area, when you're used to theme park layouts, Six Flags America's layout is very, very confusing. It just makes no sense. I feel like there's a lot of paths that lead to coasters, but they don't lead to anything else. So it gives you dead ends all over the place. Like if you're going to Mind Eraser, there's no way to get back from that other than to take the same path you took. Versus King's Dominion, if you were going to Volcano, if you keep going forward, you can get to Intimidator 305, but then it also swings you around another way that takes you to where, like, I was about to say Hurler. Twisted Timbers is. So that park is like a nice circle. It leads you back to where you came from. Six Flags America is just a lot of dead ends. Dead ends to not so great coasters, by the way. Like when you get back there by Batwing, like I said, this is a huge park, so you're so far from everything. The only thing you can really see in the distance is Superman, which even though it's kind of close, it's still very far from you because the pathing. So if they fix the pathing, they would fix ridership immediately, but the ridership would only take it so far because the rides are only but so good. It's like a solid C tier park. Well, no, it has like a solid C tier lineup of rides with like a D plus for the park rating. Yeah, D plus is pretty fair because I would put King's Dominion at like maybe like a B or a B minus. The only reason King's Dominion can't be an A tier park is because other parks like Cedar Point still exist. That has to be in the A tier, right? Like an A plus.
I like Gatekeeper at Cedar Point.
Gatekeeper is awesome. What do you think of Rapterra coming out at King's Dominion? I think it
You can ban
seems,
parks from using a yard, it's just so ugly.
yeah. AI art is AI everything. It's just getting out of hand. We need to get we need to ban commercials from using AI scripts. I can hear it every time now because I use ChatGPT on a regular basis. So I can hear when those scripts are written by AI. Like anytime they say
Rapterra seems
something is
cool.
all about something, AI loves using those words all about. Like they'll say, this Grinch coaster is all about its green color scheme, and it's all about these inversions in the second half. AI loves saying all about. Listen to like a McDonald's commercial, and you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. The more you use AI, the more you'll be able to just spot anytime they do something like that. They'll say it's not something, but it's something else. This coaster is not just about its height, but it's also about its long length. No, but really, this coaster is pretty cool. I, I'm gonna sound really weird, but I uploaded this video on YouTube and I was watching it back to back at work. I have a lot of downtime at work, by the way. I was watching it like back to back, just looking for things I could improve.
What ride should I build next?
You should build a GCI Woody. I was going to give a disclaimer in case I sound weird, but I remember you guys don't even know what my normal voice sounds like. But if anybody who's subscribed to my channel is watching, the reason I sound weird is because I'm kind of sick right now. So that's just the sound of my nose stuffed up. This is single rail RMC Son of Beast. Let's go. Look at that lens flare. Look at that horse. Look at that horse. Look at that horse.
I like Balrog as well.
Good as fuck.
Yeah, Valraven
How
is
tall
great.
should I make it?
You should make it like 120 feet tall. Sheesh. Would you get on a ride like this? This would be like the ultimate ride,
Curve drop.
honestly. Ooh, curve drop, definitely.
Yes.
Like, I don't know if I would consider something like this more insane than Intimidator 305. That ride is absolutely intense, but the scale of this is just huge. To have inversions and to be taller than like 350 feet is pretty crazy. I don't know. Actually, how tall is this? It might not be. Oh, yeah, it's 499 feet total. But this drop right here is a little shorter than that. Around like 440 feet tall from right here. Yeah, it only counts it from 320 feet. Oh well. It's like a freaking building, how tall this thing is.
Alrighty, good night, guys. Good night. Heading out. See you guys later.